Yo, Darius Britt here. We're talking about apps. Now, I have an Android phone. I do not have an iPhone, so all the apps I'm talking about are gonna be for Android. However, you iOS users out there, you can probably find all of these apps for iOS as well. Looks like it's about that time. Let's get into it. Sunseeker. This app tracks the sun. It does one thing and it does it well. I use it a lot. It's an augmented reality viewer. You can see the sun's path through the sky at any given time of day. Basically, you get a real-time view of things at your location. This is great for location scouting. With this app, you can plan where the sun's gonna be for exterior lighting, and you can find out ahead of time if the sun's gonna blast right through a window, ruining a shot. Now, this app is not free. It costs about $7, but yeah, my opinion is worth every penny. Data Calculator. Now, when you're shooting larger projects, storage can become a problem. You got all these different cameras out there shooting all these different codecs. This app basically helps you pre-plan how much storage you're gonna need for all that media. For example, if I say I'm shooting for 30 minutes, they don't have my codec, but if I pick a similar one, like codec XAVCHD, we'll say resolution 2K 1080, frame rate 23.98, for 30 minutes of recording, we're gonna need 18.50 gigs of storage. Bows. You can use it for audio files as well, and the app is also free. Timelapse Calculator. When you're doing time lapses, there's a lot of numbers. It's nice to have something else do like all those calculations for you. There's a lot of apps out there for this. One that I have used is Timelapse Calculator. It's a pretty simple app. Enter the length you want the clip to be. Enter the duration of the event. Throw in the frame rate. We'll keep it at 24. Image size. You can find this out by looking at one of your recent photos. Once you've entered all the info, the results auto-calculate at the bottom. The shooting interval, total number of photos, and memory usage. This app is also free to use. Shot Designer. Now, we can all relate to those moments where you're trying to like communicate a complicated camera move to your DP or your other crew members and it just gets all messy. Well, this app makes it really convenient to illustrate and animate camera moves. You can animate characters' cameras, you can build floor plans, add lights, all inside the app. You can also draw out your own floor plans, take a picture of it, upload it into the application, and then you can previs on that. Now, there is a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get that down, it's pretty easy. This app is free if you're gonna only edit one scene at a time, but if you want to edit multiple scenes and have other goodies like, you know, integrating it with your PC and all that, then you gotta pay $19.99. Artemis. This app is essentially a director's viewfinder. You can take your camera and you can take your lenses and you can plan out your shots. If you're shooting with prime lenses and you still don't understand your focal lengths yet, this app can save you a lot of time. You can pick your camera from the list of presets. Now, they don't have my 60D, probably because it's a super old camera, so I'll just pick a 7D. It's close enough. You can pick the lenses that you have in your arsenal, and then you can cycle between your lenses and see what kind of field of view you get. As you plan out your shots, you can take pictures and add camera info, etc. You can make yourself a little storyboard with the photos in the gallery. Now, this app does not account for depth of field, just the focal length. But again, you can get a really good idea of what your field of view is gonna look like. Okay, this app is not free. It's 30 bucks. It's a little pricey for an app, but if you compare it to the cost of a real viewfinder, that's kind of a bargain. Clapperboard. Now, there are plenty of Clapper apps floating around. This is just one that I've used. You can enter scene number, shot number, take interior or exterior, day or night, frame rate, lens, and whatever LUTs you're using. When you're ready, just press the slate. You get a 3-second countdown and storyboard apps. Okay, so if you're an iPhone user, you can pretty much take your pick of storyboarding apps. Unfortunately for us Android peeps, I haven't really found a good one. All the ones I tried either crashed and were really unstable or they just weren't very good. SkyView. If you're doing nighttime lapses, SkyView is a great app for planning out where all the stars and constellations are going to be in advance. It's another augmented reality viewer. It imprints what you're looking at over the night sky, the names of the constellations. You can also zoom into different details. It helps you when you're planning out the perfect shot. You can also see things below the horizon line. This app is also free. Hover. If you're gonna be doing some droning and you don't have this app, you are slacking. Hover shows you all your no-fly zones, both the temporary and the permanently restricted ones. It's gonna show you restricted airspace around airports, national parks, military bases, all stuff you need to know unless you wanna get a hefty fine. It's also got quick weather reporting right at your fingertips. This stuff's good to know. There's one thing I don't like about the app. It is a little laggy, but it's free, it's useful, and if you're out and about and you just wanna know where you can legally fly, you can buzz this app out and find out pretty quickly. Polar Pro. With drone photography, usually you want to get your shutter speed as close to double the frame rate as you can, and usually that requires using filters. This app basically helps you pick the right filter. First, you enter your ISO. I keep mine at 100 or as low as I can get it. Next, you enter your current shutter speed. If I'm shooting outside and it's really bright, I'm usually at 1/500th. Then enter the frame rate. We're gonna go 24 frames a second. You shouldn't have any filters on right now. I need to throw on an ND8 on my drone. If any of that stuff was confusing for you, don't worry about it. Get a drone, play around with it, all that stuff will make sense. Oh, and also that app is free. Well, that's all that I got for you. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like, subscribe. Oh, and also I will list all the apps that I mentioned in the description section along with the developers who made them. And as always, thank you for watching. Deeper It out.
They would make a total of 6 stops on this traverse, collecting samples from large rocks,